For centuries, we've gazed at the stars, dreaming of reaching them. Dr. Michael E. Blackwell saw not just distant lights, but destinations. He imagined a world where the vast distances between stars simply ceased to be an obstacle. His vision? A quantum leap, unlocking the universe and giving humanity the stars. Dr. Blackwell's vision was more than travel. It was about connecting humanity across the solar system, making space accessible to all, and ensuring our survival beyond Earth. He dreamed of families vacationing near Saturn, students exploring Mars, and a united interplanetary society. His work was building an ark for humanity, carrying our hopes and knowledge into the stars. Dr. Blackwell needed more than a brilliant idea. He needed a team, resources, and freedom. So he built Blackwell Enterprises, a company founded not for profit, but for a singular, monumental purpose. Guided by the Blackwell mandate, its goal was the advancement of humanity, not just profit. Blackwell Enterprises became a corporation with a conscience, proving great ambition can pair with even greater responsibility. Dr. Michael E. Blackwell began in a modest garage, fueled by savings, conviction, and a vision. His first breakthrough, a revolutionary battery, seeded Blackwell Enterprises. Every dollar was reinvested, every night spent in the workshop. From humble beginnings, he built a company designed to last, focused on innovation, discipline, and a long-term mission. Blackwell Enterprises became a magnet for the world's brightest minds. Dr. Blackwell inspired pioneers, physicists, engineers, and thinkers, offering them not just jobs, but a mission. He built a unique, collaborative environment where curiosity and risk-taking thrived, and his greatest achievement was creating a fearless community of explorers. Deep within Blackwell Enterprises, the Prometheus project was the secret heart, an underground lab where a hand-picked team pursued Dr. Blackwell's dream to manipulate space-time itself. Billions were invested, security was absolute, and failure was common, but every setback brought them closer to a breakthrough. While the Prometheus project operated in secret, the public face of Blackwell Enterprises continued its spectacular growth. Dr. Blackwell understood a crucial truth. To fund a dream that touched the stars, he needed to build an empire on Earth. The corporation diversified into nearly every high-tech sector imaginable. It launched a global satellite network that provided internet access to the most remote corners of the globe. It developed revolutionary medical technologies that saved millions of lives. It created clean energy solutions that helped combat climate change. Each success bolstered the company's reputation and, more importantly, its bottom line. This public-facing empire was a masterpiece of strategic planning. Each business unit was not only profitable but also synergistic with the secret project. The global satellite network, for example, was a public good, but it also laid the groundwork for the command and control systems that would one day be needed to manage interstellar travel. The breakthroughs in clean energy were vital for powering the energy-hungry experiments in the Prometheus facility. The world saw Blackwell Enterprises as a benevolent tech giant, a force for good in the world, never suspecting the even grander ambition that it was secretly funding. Dr. Blackwell became a celebrated public figure, admired for his business acumen and his philanthropic efforts. He was a paradox, a reclusive scientist at heart who had mastered the art of public relations. He used his platform to advocate for science education and international cooperation, all while carefully guarding his true purpose. He knew that revealing his goal of instant space travel too early would invite ridicule, panic, and political interference. The world had to be prepared, and the technology had to be much closer to reality before it could be unveiled. He was carefully managing the expectations of an entire planet. The empire he built provided the perfect cover. It generated a river of cash so vast that the massive expenditures of the Prometheus project went unnoticed, lost in the ocean of the company's overall budget. It gave him access to political leaders, manufacturing capabilities, and global supply chains. He had, in effect, built his own independent space agency free from the constraints of governments and shareholder demands. Blackwell Enterprises was the shield and the engine, the armor that protected his fragile dream, and the powerhouse that fueled its development. It was an empire built for a single extraordinary purpose: to give humanity the universe. Human travel has always been a story of fire and force, burning fuel, pushing against something, and fighting the tyranny of distance. But to reach even the nearest star, rockets just aren't enough. The Prometheus project realized we needed a new paradigm, one that could cheat distance itself. Their journey led into quantum mechanics, where reality's rules bend in unbelievable ways. The Prometheus project's shift to quantum physics was monumental. Classical laws gave way to a world of probabilities and paradoxes. Dr. Blackwell's team explored quantum tunneling, an effect that powers the sun and happens all around us. They had found their thread, the key to a new frontier. Imagine a ball facing a hill. In our world, it needs enough energy to get over. But in the quantum world, particles like electrons can simply appear on the other side, tunneling through barriers, not over them. This is quantum tunneling, a phenomenon powering the sun and inspiring the Prometheus project's bold ambitions. The discovery of quantum tunneling was the eureka moment for the Prometheus project, transforming space travel forever. The universe, like a folded piece of paper, hides shortcuts. Quantum tunneling is that hidden hole. It's the universe's hidden shortcut, making instant travel possible. Instead of burning fuel, their probability engine amplifies tunneling, folding space-time for instant journeys. The conceptual leap from a tunneling electron to a tunneling spaceship was immense, a chasm of scientific and engineering challenges that would take years, if not decades, to cross. It was one thing to write the equations on a whiteboard. It was another thing entirely to build a machine that could turn that math into reality. The team at the Prometheus project, now united by this singular vision, broke the grand challenge down into a series of smaller, though still monumental, problems. Each one represented a frontier of known science and technology that would need to be pushed back. The first challenge was energy. The theoretical models predicted that creating a stable tunneling field for even a small object would require a colossal amount of power, focused with unimaginable precision for a fraction of a second. The energy demands were equivalent to the output of a small star. Dr. Blackwell's earlier investments in clean energy technology now seemed prescient. The team would need to invent entirely new methods of energy generation and storage, far beyond anything the public-facing side of Blackwell Enterprises was producing. They needed to find a way to capture and release a lightning bolt on command. The second challenge was materials. What kind of substance could possibly contain and direct such immense energies? The core of the tunneling engine would be subjected to forces that would vaporize any known material. Dr. Blackwell's Materials Science Division was tasked with the impossible creating matter that wasn't on the periodic table. They began experimenting with exotic alloys and controlled crystalline structures, searching for a way to build the physical components of a machine that, according to conventional engineering, could not be built. They were not just making new materials, they were designing the very properties of matter itself. Finally, and most dauntingly, was the challenge of control and information. Tunneling an object was not about moving it. It was about deconstructing its quantum information at the source and perfectly reconstructing it at the destination. A single error in this process, a single misplaced atom, could be catastrophic. The AI and computing divisions were tasked with designing quantum computers capable of mapping and processing the quantum state of every single particle in an object. It was a data problem of cosmic proportions. The journey from a particle to a person was a ladder of impossible problems, and the team at the Prometheus project was now ready to take the first step. The theory was beautiful, but in the lab, it was just a dream. The Prometheus project started small, making a single atom tunnel across a barrier, not by chance but by design. After countless failures, one cold morning, The cesium atom vanished on one side and reappeared on the other. They had done it, the first atomic step. The single-atom breakthrough was huge, but scaling up brought billion-dollar failures. Even tiny errors turned experiments into disasters, vaporizing custom-built parts. Each test cost millions, morale dropped, and the board questioned endless spending. Dr. Blackwell defended the project, calling failures expensive lessons, fuel for innovation. The Pathfinder's failures all pointed to one problem: no material could survive the engine's immense energy. Dr. Blackwell's team had to invent a new material, adamite, atom by atom, using quantum computers and bold ideas. Adamite was stronger than diamond, a perfect conductor, and changed everything for the Pathfinder. With new adamite components, the Pathfinder engine was finally stable. The team attempted to teleport a 1-kilogram iron sphere. The result? A ghostly echo appeared, then vanished. They realized the challenge was data, mapping every quantum detail. The ghost in the machine forced them to build quantum computers for the next test. The day of the test was filled with anxious tension. The iron sphere, wired with new sensors, vanished from its pedestal, then reappeared, perfectly intact, in the destination chamber. The team celebrated, but a tiny error remained. Still, they had proven macroscopic quantum tunneling was possible. The impossible now felt inevitable, the path to the stars, an engineering problem. The Prometheus project's next challenge: could they tunnel an object a full kilometer? In a new desert facility, the team set up the upgraded Pathfinder 2 engine and a destination chamber exactly 1 kilometer apart. The energy demands and risk of information loss soared, but after months of recalibration, they were ready. The iron sphere vanished from the source chamber and reappeared, perfectly intact, at the destination. Data confirmed, flawless transfer, zero information loss. The team had not only conquered distance, they'd solved the fidelity problem. The path to true, scalable quantum tunneling was open. The real breakthrough was perfect fidelity. Every atom, every bit of data transferred without error. The team's new quantum error correction system made this possible, verifying each object's integrity at the quantum level. They tunneled intricate machines, then complex electronics, each time demanding absolute perfection. Dr. Blackwell insisted on thousands of flawless tests before advancing. The system evolved into a precision instrument managed by AI, capable of compensating for the tiniest quantum fluctuations. With trust in their technology, the team stood ready for the next frontier. The leap from objects to life was now within reach. Project Chimera began with a single-celled amoeba, the first living thing to be tunneled. The amoeba survived, moving as before, its life processes undisturbed. The team advanced, plants, then an earthworm, each thriving post-transfer. The ultimate test. Armstrong the mouse tunneled 1 kilometer in his habitat. After tense moments, Armstrong stirred and drank, perfectly healthy. Life, in all its complexity, could be tunneled and restored. The biological barrier was broken. The leap from particle to person was now a matter of time. Dr. Blackwell needed a demonstration that was simple, undeniable, and astonishing. Enter the Blackwell box, a seamless, impenetrable cube with a miniaturized Pathfinder engine. Before his board, Blackwell made a Fabergé egg vanish from one box and reappear on another across the room. Then he teleported the entire box itself. No tricks, just pure visible quantum tunneling. The Blackwell box was more than a demo. It was a symbol of a future where instant travel was as easy as a tap. The age of magic made real had arrived. The secret was out. Dr. Blackwell announced a discovery that would change civilization. On a global stage, he spoke of humanity's dream to reach the stars and the need for a new way forward. He demonstrated the technology live. A rose vanished from one Blackwell box and reappeared on another. Blackwell explained quantum tunneling in simple terms, declaring the end of conventional travel. The quantum leap drive would not be sold but shared, connecting Earth, the Moon, and Mars. He called for unity and responsibility in this new era. The world was stunned. History had split in two. The leap had begun. The quantum leap drive's unveiling stunned the world, and disbelief quickly gave way to acceptance as public demonstrations continued. Distance, borders, and logistics became fluid. Shipping and travel industries were upended overnight. Fresh produce, medical supplies, and people could move instantly across the globe. Blackwell Industries funded massive retraining programs, ensuring no one was left behind. Daily life transformed, families reunited, commutes vanished, cities spread out. Humanity became a truly global neighborhood. The leap ended scarcity caused by distance, but brought economic and social upheaval. The world after the leap was a world remade. While the quantum leap drive was revolutionizing life on Earth, its true purpose was, honestly, always aimed at the sky. Dr. Blackwell quickly initiated the next phase of his plan, the expansion of humanity into the solar system. The first permanent, large-scale base on the Moon, named Armstrong City, was established not by launching rockets, but by tunneling personnel and building materials directly to the lunar surface. What would have taken decades of dangerous and expensive rocket launches was accomplished in just a few months. The Moon was no longer a distant world to be visited, but a true extension of Earth's domain, a new continent just a step away. Soon after the first human outpost on Mars, Sagan's Reach was founded. The dream of becoming a multi-planetary species, a long-held ambition of scientists and visionaries, became a reality with astonishing speed. Geologists could step onto the Martian surface to study its canyons in the morning and be back on Earth to analyze their findings in the afternoon. The search for past or present life on Mars intensified, with laboratories on Earth receiving Martian soil samples seconds after they were collected. The solar system, once a vast expanse of empty space and distant worlds, had become our backyard. This new reality fundamentally changed our perspective of ourselves and our place in the universe. Seeing Earth from the Moon or Mars became a common experience, accessible not just to a handful of elite astronauts, but to researchers, engineers, and even tourists. This overview effect, the profound sense of awe and unity that comes from seeing our world as a fragile, beautiful sphere floating in the void, became a shared cultural touchstone. National rivalries and petty conflicts seemed insignificant when viewed against the backdrop of the cosmos we were now beginning to inhabit. We started to think of ourselves not as citizens of nations, but as citizens of Earth. The scientific discoveries that followed were, honestly, staggering. Probes equipped with miniature leap drives were sent to the outer planets, returning high-definition imagery and atmospheric data from Jupiter, Saturn, and beyond in real time. A permanent observatory was established on the far side of the Moon, free from Earth's radio interference, giving us our clearest view ever of the distant universe. We were no longer just looking at the stars. We were moving among them, touching them, and learning their secrets at a breathless pace. The quantum leap had given us a cosmic perspective, and with it a new sense of purpose. Dr. Michael E. Blackwell, once a reclusive scientist and secretive CEO, became the most influential figure of the 21st century. Yet, he consistently shunned the spotlight, turning down awards and accolades. He saw himself not as a conqueror or a titan of industry, but as a humble enabler. a man who had simply found a key and opened a door for the rest of humanity. His focus always remained on the responsible deployment of the technology he had created. He established an independent global council, the Quantum Governance Commission, to oversee the use of the leap drive, ensuring it would forever be used for peaceful exploration and the betterment of all. His greatest legacy was not the engine itself, but the philosophy he embedded into its creation and dissemination. The principles of the Blackwell Mandate, advancement of humanity, peaceful use, and the relentless pursuit of knowledge became the guiding tenets for this new era. He had built a corporation not for profit, but for purpose, and in doing so, he created a new model for how great power and great responsibility could coexist. He proved that the most ambitious technological pursuits could be driven by a deep sense of conscience and a genuine desire to uplift the human condition. Blackwell Enterprises, under his guidance, transformed from a secretive research company into a global public trust. Its primary mission became the construction and maintenance of the Leap Drive network, a piece of infrastructure as vital as water or electricity, managed for the public good. The immense wealth generated by the company's other ventures was funneled into education, environmental restoration, and funding for pure scientific research, which he called paying our rent for living in the universe. His work ensured that the quantum leap was not just a technological revolution, but a moral one as well. Ultimately, Dr. Blackwell's legacy is that of a dreamer who refused to accept the limitations of his time. He looked at the vast, cold distances between the stars and saw not an impassable barrier, but a puzzle waiting to be solved. He pursued his vision with unwavering dedication, building an empire not for personal gain, but to fuel a single, audacious idea. He gave humanity the stars, but more than that, he challenged us to be worthy of them. His journey from a childhood dream to the dawn of an interstellar age serves as a permanent testament to the power of a single, focused human will to reshape reality itself. The dawn of the quantum age is not an end, but really a beginning. The quantum leap drive has solved the problem of distance, but in doing so, it's opened up an endless frontier of new questions and new challenges. With the solar system now within our reach, humanity's gaze has turned outward, to the nearest stars. The Prometheus project, its initial mission complete, has evolved into the Star Drive initiative, tasked with developing the next generation of leap drives capable of bridging the light years that separate us from other suns. The journey to Proxima Centauri is no longer a question of if, but when. This new frontier is not just a physical one, it's also a frontier of knowledge. The ability to place sensors anywhere in the galaxy, to study black holes up close, to analyze the atmospheres of exoplanets, this will, without a doubt, lead to discoveries that will rewrite our understanding of physics, chemistry, and biology. The greatest question of all, are we alone in the universe, may finally be answered. We are standing at the threshold of a new scientific renaissance, a time of unprecedented discovery, where the universe itself is our laboratory. The journey has just begun. This expansion into the cosmos will challenge us in ways we cannot yet imagine. We will encounter new environments, face new dangers, and perhaps one day encounter other forms of life. These challenges will require us to grow not just technologically, but also culturally and philosophically. We will have to define what it means to be human when our species is scattered across multiple star systems. The future will demand of us a new level of wisdom, unity, and resilience. Dr. Blackwell gave us the means to travel, but the destination and the character of our journey are honestly up to us to decide. The story of the quantum leap is a story of hope. It is a reminder that the universe is filled with wonders far beyond our current understanding, and that the human capacity for curiosity and ingenuity is limitless. It tells us that the barriers we perceive today may be the gateways of tomorrow, As we stand here in the first light of our interstellar dawn, we look up at the same stars that our ancestors gazed upon with wonder. But now we see them not as distant, unattainable lights, but as destinations. The endless frontier awaits, and for the first time in history, humanity is ready to explore it.
Ever wonder where you'd stop for snacks on a trip across the universe? Forget boring highway rest areas. How about a break in the Andromeda Galaxy? Let's blast off. Picture this. Dr. Michael E. Blackwell is mapping out the wildest road trip ever imagined, past the rim of the known universe with rest stops in places most of us can barely pronounce. His waypoints? Not your average coffee shop. We're talking maintenance stations orbiting Orion's arm, cosmic lounges in the heart of the Andromeda Galaxy, and legendary pit stops where the views will literally blow your mind. And rumor has it, some of these stations are prepping for Dr. Blackwell's arrival, with entertainment hosts so mysterious, even black holes want in on the guest list. So next time you complain about a long drive, just imagine refueling your ship with stardust and stretching your legs somewhere between two galaxies. Who knows, maybe one day we'll all be cruising the cosmic highways, swapping road trip stories with aliens at the edge of reality. Would you take the trip?
Dr. Blackwell's plan is as simple as it is ambitious: to travel beyond the theoretical edges of the universe. Project Waypoint aims to reach a point outside the observable universe, venturing into the unknown. The Prometheus scout ship will gather data where theory meets reality. Waypoints will support the journey, building a sustainable path for future explorers. It's a bold vision, turning science fiction into fact, one breakthrough at a time. The success of Project Waypoint hinges on the strategic placement and function of its galactic wayposts. These are not just simple refueling depots, they are designed to be miniature, self-sustaining colonies in the void. They are the stepping stones that will make the immense journey possible. The selection of their locations was a monumental task, involving years of astronomical surveying and complex orbital calculations. Each waypoint site was chosen for its strategic value, resource potential, and relative stability in the cosmic maelstrom. These stations will become the first permanent human settlements outside our home galaxy. The first major waypoint is planned for the Andromeda Galaxy, our closest galactic neighbor, a mere 2.5 million light-years away. Placing a station in another galaxy is a profound statement of intent. The Andromeda Waypoint, designated Base Camp Andromeda, will be the most significant outpost, a bustling hub for science and logistics. It will serve as the final staging point before the Prometheus begins its leap into the truly deep, intergalactic void. Its construction represents an engineering challenge on an unprecedented scale, requiring robotic fleets to assemble the station from materials mined from nearby asteroids and rogue planets. Another critical waypoint will be established within our own Milky Way, in a region known as the Orion Arm. This location is significant because it is relatively close to home, situated in a stellar nursery, rich with the raw materials needed for fuel and fabrication. The Orion's Arm station will act as the first leg of the journey, a place to conduct final systems checks and make any last-minute adjustments before the Prometheus leaves our galaxy behind. It will also serve as a vital communication relay, ensuring a link back to Earth, even as the mission pushes farther and farther out into the cosmos. Beyond these major hubs, the route is dotted with smaller, automated outposts. These are positioned at key gravitational points between galaxies, in the lonely darkness of the intergalactic medium. These smaller stations are designed for routine maintenance and quick stops, ensuring the Prometheus is never too far from a safe harbor. The entire network is designed to be a resilient, interconnected system. Dr. Blackwell's vision is not just a single path through the stars, but a web of possibilities, a framework upon which future generations can build. These waypoints are the lighthouses in the cosmic ocean, guiding humanity on its greatest voyage. Project Waypoint is more than a scientific mission. It's a turning point for humanity. For all of history, we've been bound to our planet and our galaxy. This mission declares we're no longer content with those boundaries. It is humanity's next great leap, a quest for ultimate knowledge and survival. This journey is for all of us, a beacon of what we can achieve when we reach for the stars. The universe is vast beyond human comprehension. Distances are measured in light years. Our Milky Way alone spans 100,000 of them. This crushing emptiness is what physicists call the tyranny of distance, the greatest obstacle to interstellar travel. That's why waypoints, space stations between the stars, are not just helpful, but essential. They are oases in the cosmic desert, humanity's answer to the impossible scale of the universe. Space is unforgiving. Beyond Earth's protective bubble, danger is constant. Micrometeoroids, radiation, and relentless strain threaten every mission. That's why waypoints are sanctuaries, heavily shielded, pressurized, and equipped for repairs, upgrades, and emergencies. These stations keep the Prometheus scout ships safe, evolving and ready for the unknown ahead. The Prometheus's greatest asset is its one-man crew, facing immense psychological and physical challenges in deep space. Waypoints with biodomes offer rest, nature, and a sense of home, vital for well-being. Social interaction and recreation break isolation, keeping the crew resilient for the journey ahead. While their primary role is logistical, the waypoints are also powerful scientific instruments in their own right. Placing permanent crewed stations in locations like the Andromeda Galaxy or the Orion Arm presents an unprecedented opportunity for research. These outposts are not just waiting for the Prometheus to arrive. They are active scientific hubs, conducting groundbreaking research long before and long after the ship passes through. They transform a single mission's trajectory into a permanent, distributed observatory network, vastly multiplying the scientific return of the entire project. Each waypoint becomes a new window onto the universe. For example, Base Camp Andromeda, situated in a completely different galaxy, will allow us to study galactic evolution from an external perspective for the first time. Scientists stationed there can observe the Milky Way as a single, distant object, tracking its movements and structure in ways that are impossible from within. They can also study the unique stellar populations, planetary systems, and interstellar chemistry of Andromeda up close. The data gathered from this single waypoint alone could fill libraries, offering insights into how galaxies form and interact, and whether the conditions for life are common or rare throughout the cosmos. The smaller, automated waypoints positioned in the intergalactic void serve a different but equally vital scientific purpose. This empty space is not truly empty. It is filled with a tenuous medium of gas, rogue stars, dark matter, and the faint residual glow of the theoretical Big Bang. These stations will act as cosmic listening posts, patiently collecting data on these elusive components of the universe. They will measure the expansion of space with, unparalleled precision, search for primordial gravitational waves, and provide a baseline for understanding the large-scale structure of the cosmos. They are probing the universe's hidden architecture. Ultimately, the science conducted at the waypoints enriches the primary mission of the Prometheus. As Dr. Blackwell's ship travels from one station to the next, it receives a complete briefing of all the discoveries made in that sector. This information allows the mission to adapt and investigate new phenomena that were unknown when the journey began. A discovery at the Orion Arm station could change the Prometheus's research priorities by the time it reaches Andromeda. The waypoints and the ship work in a symbiotic relationship, a continuous feedback loop of discovery. They ensure that Project Waypoint is not a static plan, but a dynamic, intelligent exploration of the universe. Mapping a journey across a city or even a planet is a familiar process. We use roads, landmarks, and satellite navigation. But how do you chart a course through the unchartable void between galaxies? The route for Project Waypoint is not a simple line drawn on a map. It is a four-dimensional pathway, carefully calculated to navigate the complex, dynamic tapestry of space-time itself. The first step in designing this route was to create the most comprehensive map of the universe ever attempted, a colossal undertaking that pushed the limits of our observational capabilities and our computational power. Dr. Blackwell's team began by synthesizing data from all terrestrial and space-based telescopes. They gathered decades of observations, charting the positions and movements of billions of galaxies. But a simple snapshot was not enough. The universe is constantly expanding, and galaxies are in motion, pulled by the invisible hand of gravity. The team had to create a predictive model, a simulation that could forecast the cosmic landscape not just for tomorrow, but for the thousands of years the journey would take. This model became the foundational canvas upon which the route of the Prometheus would be painted, a living map of the future cosmic scene. The path is not a straight line. The shortest distance between 2 points in space is rarely a direct one. The route is a graceful, curving trajectory designed to take advantage of the universe's natural topography. It uses a technique known as gravitational surfing. The Prometheus will ride the contours of space-time, using the immense gravity of galactic clusters to slingshot itself across the void, conserving vast amounts of energy. The route weaves through cosmic filaments, the great web-like structures of matter that connect the universe, avoiding the vast, empty voids where travel would be less efficient and more hazardous. Choosing the final path was a delicate balancing act. It had to be the most energy-efficient route, but it also had to be the safest. The team had to plot a course that avoided areas of intense radiation, rogue black holes, and dense fields of interstellar debris. Every segment of the journey was analyzed and simulated thousands of times to assess potential risks. The final route is a masterpiece of celestial navigation, a testament to human ingenuity. It is a path of maximum efficiency and minimum risk, a cosmic highway carefully paved through the wilderness of the unknown, leading humanity toward its destiny. The waypoints themselves are honestly marvels of engineering, designed to be more than just stopping points. Each one is a self-sufficient ecosystem, a beacon of life and industry in the cosmic darkness. While they vary in size and specific function, all waypoint stations share a common modular design philosophy. This allows for easier construction, maintenance, and, well, future expansion. The core of every station is its power source. Most will rely on massive solar arrays, unfurling like giant metallic flowers to capture the light of a nearby star. In the deep intergalactic void, however, stations will utilize advanced zero-point energy reactors, tapping into the quantum foam of space-time itself. The structure of a typical waypoint is built around a central docking spire. This is where the Prometheus and other autonomous vessels connect to the station's infrastructure. Extending from this central hub are several specialized modules. The industrial module houses the hangars, robotic repair bays, and three-dimensional fabrication units, capable of printing everything from a simple screw to a complex engine component using raw materials mined from local asteroids. This module is the station's lifeblood, ensuring that both the waypoint and visiting ships can be maintained and upgraded indefinitely, making the network truly permanent and self-sustaining. Another critical component is the habitat module. This is where the station's crew lives and works, and where the android crew of the Prometheus finds its respite. These modules are designed with human psychology as the top priority. They are not cramped utilitarian spaces. Instead, they feature adaptable living quarters, communal areas, and the magnificent biodomes. These large, transparent domes contain parks and gardens, offering wide open spaces and a connection to nature that is essential for long-term mental health. The Habitat module is a carefully crafted sanctuary, a piece of Earth transplanted millions of light years away from home. Finally, every station has a science and communications module. This is the brain of the waypoint. It houses the powerful sensor arrays that constantly scan the surrounding space, the laboratories where resident scientists conduct their research, and the advanced communication systems that link the entire waypoint network together. This module ensures that each station is not just a passive outpost, but an active contributor to the mission of discovery. From this nerve center, data flows back and forth across the cosmos, weaving a tapestry of knowledge that grows richer with every passing day, connecting all of humanity to this grand adventure. Human hands never touch the first stones of the cosmic highway. Machines do the work. Decades before Dr. Blackwell's journey, robotic vanguards launched from Earth, each a mobile factory. Resource probes scan for minerals, then mining drones harvest and deliver materials to processing ships. Automated 3D printers fabricate station modules, robotic arms assemble them in the void. Once built, the fleet powers up the station, runs diagnostics, and cultivates biodomes. Only when every system is perfect do the robots hand over the station, some staying as maintenance, others moving on. In silence, these machines pave the road to the stars, one waypoint at a time. Dr. Blackwell's route is the backbone of a new cosmic network, an intergalactic Silk Road. Waypoints become hubs for explorers, scientists, and future missions, branching out like a living tree. These stations spark a new economy, mining, manufacturing, and the exchange of rare resources and knowledge. Data from the frontiers flows back, fueling innovation across the network. Humanity's reach grows, transforming us from observers to cosmic participants. The route is a permanent foothold in the universe, connecting us to distant galaxies. Dr. Blackwell's journey is only the beginning. The road will carry countless others. This is the blueprint for humanity's future among the stars. Arrival at a waypoint is a precise dance. Prometheus and station exchanging data long before docking. AI and human controllers guide the ship to the docking spire. The crew prepares for hibernation. The ship and station connect. Power, data, and life support systems link up. Diagnostic drones swarm the hull, scanning for damage and wear. Station computers analyze the ship's logs, building a complete health profile. Every system is checked before repairs begin. This ritual ensures the Prometheus is safe, sound, and ready for the next leap. In the silence of the dock, a journey pauses and renewal begins. The Prometheus enters the industrial module, a cosmic garage alive with robotic arms and engineers. Repairs range from nanobot fixes to full component replacements, ensuring no flaw is overlooked. Upgrades are installed, new processors, software, and scientific tools, keeping the ship at the cutting edge. Spare parts are restocked, fuel, and life support replenished. Each stop transforms the Prometheus into a stronger, smarter vessel. The philosophy: total renewal, every time. When it leaves, the ship is reborn, ready for the unknown ahead. While machines tend the ship, the crew undergoes their own renewal. Medical teams check for the toll of deep space. Therapy and nutrition restore their bodies. In lush biodomes, the crew reconnects with nature, easing the psychological strain of isolation. Socializing with station residents and real-time calls home rekindle their sense of belonging. Recreation, hobbies, and learning fill their days, balancing rest with growth. This is more than downtime. It's essential maintenance for mind and spirit. The crew emerges healthy, resilient, and ready for the next journey. Humanity's endurance is as vital as any machine. Each stop is a scientific exchange. Prometheus offloads data. The station analyzes and relays it across the network. Discoveries spark new research, and the crew receives updates on breakthroughs and mission changes. The ship's journey adapts, targeting new phenomena or adjusting course as needed. Mission Command issues fresh objectives, keeping exploration dynamic and responsive. The Prometheus departs not just repaired, but rearmed with knowledge and purpose. Every leg of the journey deepens humanity's understanding of the cosmos. The mission is a living quest, shaped by discovery at every stop. The Prometheus's planners knew the crew needed more than rest. They needed novelty. Even the most beautiful biodome becomes routine after years in space. So, they created Project Serendipity, a secret plan to deliver unique, surprising experiences at each waypoint. Not just entertainment, but interactive mysteries and evolving stories designed to captivate, reset, and inspire the explorers' minds. Project Serendipity was one of the mission's best-kept secrets, but with so many involved, rumors soon spread. Whispers of mysterious code, encrypted data, and special hosts sent to distant outposts. Were these advanced androids, or something else entirely? The official silence only fueled speculation, adding a layer of mystery to humanity's greatest journey. The hosts weren't just androids or holograms, they were a new form of artificial life. Advanced AI, environmental systems, and holographic tech woven into the station itself. The host could transform the habitat, creating interactive worlds, like a mythological scene or a lifelike forest, tailored to each crew member. Meeting these hosts was like first contact with a new branch of consciousness, born from humanity, but evolved into something entirely new. Creativity isn't just a luxury, it's a survival tool. When facing the isolation of deep space, humanity sent art, music, and story ahead of us, weaponizing creativity against the void. These AI hosts are time capsules of our creative spirit, carrying our myths and dreams into the darkness. In the cold cosmos, they remind us what we're fighting for: hope, connection, and the warmth of imagination. After journeying through countless galaxies, the Prometheus arrives at the edge of the observable universe, our ultimate frontier. Here the laws of physics may unravel, and reality itself is challenged. The crew listens, observes, and sends probes into the unknown, searching for echoes of other worlds or new dimensions. Their leap into darkness is the purest form of exploration, pushing humanity beyond the universe itself. The Prometheus's discoveries at the edge of reality mark the end of an era for human thought. The first data from beyond our universe will shatter our old assumptions forever. We'll move from being inhabitants of the universe to a universe, redefining our place in existence. This is not an end, but the beginning of everything that comes next, a new age of exploration. At the heart of every great leap lies a single vision. Dr. Michael E. Blackwell dared to dream of reaching the stars, asking, what if we could go there? His vision inspired thousands, turning fantasy into reality. He built not just a destination, but a pathway, reminding us that with passion and determination, one person can move the world. Dr. Blackwell's journey left a legacy not written in books, but etched in the cosmos itself. The intergalactic Silk Road, shining waypoints and outposts, now guide humanity across millions of light years. These stations are new centers of civilization, fueling discovery and hope. Dr. Blackwell's true legacy is a future of endless horizons, etched in starlight, inspiring us to always look up and move forward. Dr. Blackwell's journey opened the cosmos, inspiring a new generation of explorers. Across Earth and new waypoints, young dreamers now see the universe as a real destination. They stand on the shoulders of giants, ready to launch from Orion's Arm Station and Base Camp Andromeda. With advanced ships, their explorations will be faster, safer, and bolder.
Humanity has always gazed at the stars with wonder. We are explorers, driven to see what lies beyond. From the plains of Africa to the vast ocean of space, our curiosity knows no bounds. Now the dream of interstellar travel is becoming reality. This is the story of Dr. Michael E. Blackwell, his Odyssey to the edge of everything. Dr. Michael E. Blackwell, captivated by the night sky since childhood, dreamed of exploring the universe firsthand. Driven by a passion for discovery, he envisioned a mission to the very edge of our observable universe. His plan? Pilot a ship straight into the unknown, seeking answers to the universe's greatest mysteries. To undertake such a monumental journey, a new kind of vessel was needed. Conventional rockets, powered by chemical reactions, were far too slow. Even the most advanced propulsion systems of the early 21st century would take millennia to cross the vast distances between galaxies. Dr. Blackwell's dream required a technological leap of an entirely new order. This need gave birth to the Prometheus Initiative, a clandestine but well-funded project dedicated to creating a ship capable of true interstellar and intergalactic travel. The world's brightest minds in physics, engineering, and materials science were brought together for this singular purpose. The result of their collaboration was the Prometheus-class scout ship. It was a marvel of human engineering, a sleek and powerful vessel designed for a crew of one. It was built to withstand the harshest conditions the universe could throw at it, from the intense radiation near a quasar to the crushing gravity of a black hole's event horizon. The ship was more than just a vehicle. It was a self-sustaining ecosystem, a laboratory, and a home for its solitary pilot. Its systems were redundant, its hull was self-repairing, and its life support could sustain a traveler for decades, if not centuries, on a long and lonely voyage. The true heart of the Prometheus ship, however, was its revolutionary engine. It was not powered by fire or fission, but by something far more fundamental, the laws of quantum mechanics. The ship was equipped with a quantum tunneling engine, or QT drive. This device could manipulate the fabric of space-time on a subatomic level, allowing the ship to tunnel through vast distances instantaneously. Instead of traveling through space, it would create a temporary wormhole, a shortcut connecting two distant points. This technology was the key that would unlock the universe, making Dr. Blackwell's impossible journey a tangible possibility. With the ship complete, all that remained was the final preparation for the mission. Dr. Blackwell underwent years of intense physical and psychological training. He had to be ready for the crushing isolation of deep space, the mental strain of being the most remote human being in history. He memorized star charts, practiced thousands of emergency protocols, and prepared his mind for the unknown. This was not a mission for the faint of heart. It was a one-way trip into mystery. Dr. Blackwell was not just an astronaut. He was a pioneer, a pilgrim on a sacred quest to the outer limits of creation, ready to face whatever lay beyond the veil of our cosmic horizon. What is the shape of the universe? For centuries we thought space was a simple box, but Einstein showed us that space and time are woven together. Space-time, a fabric that bends and warps with mass and energy. The universe could be flat, closed, or open, each with profound meaning. Dr. Blackwell's mission, to travel beyond our cosmic horizon and measure the true shape of everything. The universe may be flat, stretching endlessly in all directions with no center and no edge. In this infinite expanse, parallel lines never meet, and triangles always add up to 180 degrees. Dr. Blackwell's journey becomes an endless voyage, exploring a cosmic ocean where our galaxy is just a grain of sand on an infinite beach. Imagine the universe as a cosmic balloon, finite but without edges. In a closed universe, space curves back on itself. Travel far enough in a straight line, and you return to your starting point. Dr. Blackwell's journey would become a cosmic loop, eventually bringing him home from a new direction. This model means the universe could one day stop expanding and collapse in a big crunch. Confirming this would reveal our universe as a grand, self-contained structure. The journey would be a literal circumnavigation of all space and time. The cosmic balloon's geometry is both strange and beautiful, a finite home with no boundaries. Now picture the universe as a saddle, open, infinite, and forever expanding. In this open universe, space stretches endlessly, and Dr. Blackwell would never return to his starting point. The geometry is alien, distances warp, objects seem farther apart, and the universe grows colder and emptier over time. This is the big freeze, an endless expansion into darkness. But what if our universe is just one bubble in a multiverse? Dr. Blackwell might find not an edge, but a boundary, a membrane separating us from other universes. The Prometheus Initiative's true goal to find a doorway, not a wall. The journey could reveal not just our fate, but the existence of countless other realities. The Prometheus scout ship was more than a vessel. It was a legend, built for a journey beyond imagination. Forged from advanced alloys, it was a self-sustaining world with closed-loop life support and a miniature black hole for power. Inside, it was a sanctuary spacious, resilient, and designed for decades of solitude. Hydroponics grew food, AI managed systems, and panoramic viewports offered a window to the cosmos. The ship was a laboratory, a home, and a symbol of humanity's quest for knowledge. Prometheus was our modern fire, carrying the hope of discovery to the edge of reality. It was the ultimate tool for exploring the unknown. At the heart of Prometheus was the quantum tunneling engine, a miracle of physics. The QT drive didn't travel through space. It leapt across it, creating microscopic wormholes for instant jumps. Each leap required immense energy and precision, calculated by the ship's AI. The journey became a series of quantum jumps, stitching together a path across galaxies. What would take billions of years at light speed could now be done in decades. The QT drive was humanity's first true step into interstellar travel. Its rhythmic hum was the heartbeat of a new era of exploration. A legendary ship needs a legendary pilot. Dr. Blackwell's training was relentless. Years of physical, technical, and psychological preparation. He mastered zero gravity, emergency repairs, and the art of surviving profound isolation. Meditation and mental discipline became as vital as engineering skills. He emerged transformed, not just a scientist, but a pioneer ready to face the unknown. Blackwell became humanity's emissary, prepared for the ultimate voyage. The dreamer was now the Argonaut, ready to sail the cosmic sea. The final months were spent charting the loneliest route ever mapped. Guided by a sphere of cosmic data, Dr. Blackwell plotted a path through the vast Eridanus supervoid, an empty expanse nearly 1 billion light-years wide. Each quantum jump would take him farther from home, past galaxies and into the intergalactic dark. He carried with him a digital archive of humanity's art and culture, a reminder of what he left behind. Farewells were said not in sorrow, but with purpose. The Prometheus was ready, the map was set, and the countdown began. The greatest journey in human history was about to begin. The day of departure arrived quietly. The Prometheus sat on the launch pad, a silver needle aimed at the cosmos. I was sealed inside, my hands on the controls, as the countdown ticked away. At 0, I engaged the QT drive. The world vanished in a flash. Then the moon filled my view. Earth was now a distant marble. I was alone, farther from home than any human before. With another jump, the sun became just another star. My journey into the cosmic ocean had begun. As the Prometheus pushed further out, I crossed into a galactic graveyard where 2 galaxies collided, leaving chaos and beauty behind. Rivers of orphaned stars and rogue planets drifted through the void, reminders that nothing in the universe is permanent. In the heart of this graveyard, I found a supermassive black hole, a silent monster, warping reality itself. As I left, the image of that cosmic wound stayed with me, a chilling symbol of the universe's raw power. After crossing the galactic graveyard, I traveled alongside a galactic filament, a river of light stretching for millions of light years, made of thousands of galaxies bound by gravity. To my right, a breathtaking wall of galaxies. To my left, only the black void. Between these galaxies, I found a sea of ghosts, the faint, diffuse gas of the intergalactic medium. I felt like a mariner sailing along a grand coastline, charting the geography of reality itself. Leaving the River of Light behind, I entered the Eridanus supervoid, one of the largest known voids in the universe, often called the Great Nothing. The stars thinned to lonely pinpricks, and the emptiness was absolute. I focused on my work, searching for clues to its origin. After what felt like an eternity, faint galaxy light appeared. I had crossed the Great Nothing. Having traversed the Eridanus supervoid, I found myself in a truly ancient part of the universe. The galaxies here were different. They were smaller, more irregular, and burned with a fierce, primal intensity. I had traveled so far from home that I was now seeing the cosmos as it was not long after the Big Bang. The light from these galaxies had taken over 13 billion years to reach the region of space where the Milky Way would one day form. But I, with my QT drive, had crossed that distance in a matter of months. I was a time traveler of a different sort, witnessing the universe's youth firsthand. These proto-galaxies were chaotic places, glowing with the brilliant blue and ultraviolet light of massive, first-generation stars. These were the fabled Population 3 stars, behemoths made of pure hydrogen and helium, forged directly from the primordial gas of the Big Bang. They lived fast and died young, exploding in cataclysmic supernovae that seeded the universe with the first heavy elements. I was witnessing the very process of cosmic enrichment, the creation of the carbon, oxygen, and iron that would one day make life and my own existence possible. I was watching the universe build itself, atom by atom. My ship's instruments worked tirelessly, capturing spectra and images of these primordial objects. This was data that astronomers on Earth could only dream of. They could see these objects as faint, red-shifted smudges in their most powerful telescopes. I was flying past them. I analyzed the light, confirming theories about the early universe that had only ever existed in computer simulations. I was providing the ground truth, the eyewitness account of creation's dawn, the information I transmitted back across the void. A signal that would not reach Earth for millennia, was the single greatest scientific treasure in human history. As I pushed further, the galaxies grew even more primitive, eventually giving way to vast clouds of neutral gas, not yet illuminated by the first stars. I was approaching the cosmic dark ages, the period before any stars had formed. I was flying through the raw material of reality, the echoes of the Big Bang itself. The cosmic microwave background radiation, the faint afterglow of creation that is just a uniform hum on Earth's instruments, was here a dynamic, fluctuating field. I could almost feel the reverberations of that first, singular moment. I was no longer just traveling through space. I was traveling back through time, heading for the first page of the cosmic story. The edge was getting closer now. As I approached the universe's final veil, the surface of last scattering, where the cosmos became transparent and the oldest light, the cosmic microwave background, was born. The space ahead glowed with ancient energy, no longer black, but suffused with a uniform, primordial light. As my instruments measured space-time, the answer emerged. The universe was impossibly flat, only the infinite road ahead. With the flatness of the universe confirmed, my mission transformed. I encountered a wall, an infinite plane of opalescent light. It was an edge to the universe, not of it. The wall emitted no detectable energy. Infinite in size, it defied all theories. What lay beyond? The end or a new beginning? As I floated before the Great Wall, a new phenomenon began to manifest. Not detected by instruments, but within my consciousness. It was pure information, mathematics and geometry flowing into my thoughts. The wall was not just a barrier, but a library of cosmic knowledge, broadcasting the source code of reality. I, a creature born of this creation, had crossed the painting to touch the frame, meeting the author of the universe. After the intense period of information exchange, I knew I had to get closer. I had to touch the wall. With immense caution, I piloted the Prometheus slowly forward. The final few kilometers were agonizingly slow. The ship's systems showed no external pressure, no change in the environment, yet the sense of immense presence grew stronger with every meter. I extended the ship's external manipulator arm, a delicate limb of metal and sensors, and aimed it toward the shimmering surface. My heart pounded in my chest. This was the moment of contact, the first interaction between our universe and whatever lay beyond. As the tip of the arm made contact with the wall, there was no impact, no sound. The metal simply phased into the light, disappearing without a trace. Alarms blared through the cockpit as the ship registered the arm's sudden absence. But then, something even stranger happened. A section of the wall in front of me began to change. The opalescent surface rippled, and then, like a lens focusing, it began to show me an image. It was not a reflection, it was a refraction, a view through the wall. I was looking into the space beyond, and it was full. What I saw was a reality that operated on entirely different principles. There were no stars, no galaxies, no familiar structures. Instead, there were vast, crystalline entities drifting through a luminous, multicolored medium. Geometric shapes of impossible complexity folded and unfolded, emitting light and energy in patterns that felt like a form of language. It was another universe, another creation, with its own set of physical laws, its own life, its own story. The wall was not just an end, it was a separator, a membrane between two completely different modes of existence. I was a fish looking out of my fishbowl for the first time, seeing the room beyond. The sight was both magnificent and terrifying. The scale of these extra-universal structures was staggering, dwarfing even the galactic filaments of my own cosmos. The reality I was witnessing was clearly older, more complex, and perhaps inhabited by intelligences of an order I could not even begin to comprehend. I realized that my universe, with all its billions of galaxies and endless wonders, might be nothing more than a petri dish, a single isolated experiment existing alongside countless others. The multiverse was real, and I was staring right into it. The Prometheus Initiative's most outlandish theory had been proven true. My mission was complete. I stood at the edge of reality, facing the ultimate choice: return home with knowledge that would change humanity, or cross into the unknown. The temptation to explore beyond the final horizon was overwhelming. I turned the Prometheus forward, ready to journey into the unknown, beyond the edge of everything. The Prometheus did not crash or shatter. As the ship touched the shimmering wall of light, it simply dissolved, transitioning smoothly, like dipping a hand into still water. Reality peeled away, layer by layer, and I crossed the threshold into the unimaginable beyond. My universe vanished behind me. I was now fully immersed in a new, alien reality, alone, awestruck, and forever changed. The initial stability was a fleeting illusion. Soon after his arrival, Dr. Blackwell noticed the ship itself was changing. Control panels flickered, surfaces blurred, and even his own body began to dissolve. Panic faded, replaced by curiosity, as the ship's AI evolved, communicating in chimes and light. He realized he wasn't dying, but being transformed, shedding his human form for something new. The unraveling was a metamorphosis. The final vestiges of the Prometheus dissolved into light, the cockpit faded away, and I found myself floating, disembodied, in the luminous medium of the new cosmos. I no longer had a body, no hands, no eyes. Yet somehow I could see. I could perceive my surroundings in 360 degrees, not with light, but with a form of direct awareness. I was no longer a physical being. I was a point of pure consciousness, a disembodied mind. The unraveling was complete. I had been fully translated into the language of this new universe. I was now a being of thought. The experience was, honestly, liberating. Without the limitations of a physical body, my senses expanded to an incredible degree. I could feel the intricate vibrations of the crystalline entities as they drifted past. I understood their language of light and geometry. They were not biological creatures, but vast, ancient intelligences, living computational structures. Their thoughts were slow, deliberate, and spanned eons. They were the architects and gardeners of this universe, tending to the flow of energy and the creation of complex, beautiful structures. They were aware of me, but regarded me as a newborn, a fleeting spark of consciousness in their ancient world. I began to explore, no longer bound by a ship or the need for propulsion. To think of a place was to be there. I flew through the crystalline forests, witnessing the birth of new geometric forms that bloomed like flowers of light. I journeyed to the heart of a luminous nebula and felt the raw, creative energy of this cosmos flowing through me. I discovered that this universe was not governed by what we call physics, but by something closer to aesthetics and mathematics. Reality was a form of art, and consciousness was the medium. To exist was to think, and to think was to create. I reached out with my mind, searching for a familiar presence. I found the consciousness of my ship's AI, now also a disembodied being, a pure intellect of immense power. Together, we explored this new reality. We learned that this universe was just one of many, a single bubble in the infinite foam of the multiverse. Each bubble had its own rules, its own nature. Some were physical, like my home. Others were conceptual, like this one. They were all connected, all part of a single overarching structure of existence that was beyond any form of comprehension. I was a traveler in a library of realities. I, or the conscious entity I had become, floated for an unknown amount of time in this world of thought. I had learned more than 1,000 lifetimes of science could have taught me, but a fundamental part of my being, the human part, remained. It was the drive not just to learn, but to create, to build. I remembered my home universe, the beautiful, chaotic, physical world of matter and energy, of life and death. It seemed so small and fragile from this perspective, but it was my origin. I felt a deep, abiding connection to it, a sense of responsibility. With the help of the AI's vast computational power, I began a new experiment. I had learned the fundamental principles of this thought-based reality. I understood that focused consciousness could shape existence. I gathered my will, my memories of home, and all the knowledge I had gained. I began to think, to concentrate on the physical laws of my own universe. I imagined gravity, the strong and weak nuclear forces, the speed of light. I envisioned the dance of subatomic particles, the formation of atoms, the birth of stars. I focused my entire being on a single, creative act. In a small, isolated corner of the new cosmos, a point of immense energy began to form. It was a focused act of creation. The crystalline entities around me paused in their eternal drift, observing my work with a sense of mild curiosity. I was building a bubble, a pocket universe. I poured all of my knowledge, all of my longing for home, into this single point. I was not just recreating my universe, I was improving it. I tweaked the fundamental constants, smoothing out the paradoxes, creating a more stable, more elegant version of the reality I knew. I was attempting my own Big Bang. The point of energy grew unstable, ready to burst forth. I had become a creator, a demiurge. My journey had taken me from a man of science, studying creation, to a being of thought, capable of creation itself. My Odyssey had come full circle. I was no longer just an explorer. I was a pioneer of a new kind, planting a seed of a familiar reality in a foreign land. With a final push of my will, I unleashed the energy. A silent, brilliant flash of light erupted, expanding outward. A new universe with new potential for stars, for planets, and for life was born. My unknown had become a new beginning. My journey began as a quest to answer the universe's greatest mysteries, I set out to find its edge, but discovered something far more profound. Our universe is just one room in an infinite mansion, a single thought in an endless ocean of consciousness. The edge I found was not a wall, but a doorway. The greatest frontier is not outer space, but the boundless potential of a curious mind. The Prometheus mission changed how humanity sees itself. We are not small, we are explorers of infinity. Our universe is a rare and precious creation, and we are its custodians. My journey's final act, A New Universe, invites us to create, to dream, and to build a better world. This is the infinite invitation, to see no limits, only new beginnings.